What's up, kooks, and welcome to the day that we changed fantasy surfing. Today I'm going to do something crazy and tell you to leave this video immediately and head over to our new dashboard at lordcookington.com. Yes, I realize this is a terrible strategy for video views, but you all need to come back to get my wonderful surfer analysis and picks. And I'm guessing that you'll be so blown away by this new dashboard that you'll want to come back immediately and subscribe and like this video and throw a bunch of comments my way. The dashboard is that good. Okay, here it is. Designed by the visionary Michael Justesen, who happens to be available for freelance work in anything data or analysis. His link will be in the description below. From lordcookington.com, I give you the future of fantasy surf picking. You're welcome. First, we go to lordcookington.com. Obviously, there's tons of great content here, but what we want is the picks dashboard up top here. That takes us to this excellent dashboard. We've got men and women surfers, and there's a lot of ways this is broken down, a lot of data here. So just for the sake of looking at this stuff, let's go to the first event of the year, which was Pipeline. We'll look at my favorite, John Florence, and if we just highlight him, it has his results by event throughout the year. You know, if you look here, he got second at Pipeline for 74 points, then fifth at Sunset, 41 points total. On down to this last event in Chopu, where he scored 100 points in second place. There's so much here, so I may be getting ahead of myself and bouncing around a little bit, but I want you to see it all and enjoy this just as much as I have. We've got the tiers on the side, the surfer's WSL rank, the accumulated points throughout the year, and probably what my favorite feature is at this point is the average result since 2015. So again, as John as an example, he's got a ninth, a fifth, a second, a fifth, a first, a fifth, a fifth, a second, all at Pipeline, which comes to an average of fourth place. This is one of those things where if I go back and look, and I'm just unsure of somebody, the average really helps me see it as a whole snapshot. And so does pulling these individual graphics up. Right now I can go to Punta Roca, our next event, the picks we're doing right now. It's only been on tour for 2 years, 2022 and 2023. But I can see in one snapshot everyone's average result. John was 17th. He's only done it one time. Griffin's obviously amazing there. On down, you could see the average result for the two people. Obviously, this is a better tool on events like, say, Margaret River, where the tour's been there a long time, or Pipeline, like we were just doing. Instead of looking at my individual slides, I can see that Jack Robinson got 17th last year and 5th the year before, and this year he scored 226.90 fantasy points. That's without adjusting it. I can compare all the Tier B picks at once right here. There's just so much. We can click over to the women and see what they've done. Look at that. Brissa Hennessy with 175 points this year. But yeah, you can look at her season in a snapshot. Third place, 17th where she scored 0, then a couple more thirds and a second. She's been solid and very consistent this year. One of the ways I like to use this tool is make my own picks, and then I can check them on here, checking for what emotional connection I've been having with these surfers that maybe is leading me astray from the cold hard points. Check my biases here. And you know, sometimes obviously you have to work on a hunch, but this will help you with the cold hard facts. You can search by just Tier A surfers to compare them, or select all like I usually have up. Now this is a work in progress, and my genius friend Michael is working on this thing. He's put it all together, and he is constantly adding new features. We're going to be talking a lot more about this in the future as we add updates and so on and so forth, but this is an absolute game changer. Please knock yourself out, go through all the data, enjoy, and see what you come up with. Also, let us know your thoughts. If you have ideas, we want to hear. We, aka Michael, will be working around the clock on this and fixing the bugs and adding new features daily. As if that wasn't enough, we have another very special gift for you today. Introducing our new partner who deals in life-changing experiences. Now, I have to warn you, if you're not into surfing empty point breaks in warm water for next to nothing, please look away. This is not for you. The free Spirit Hostel in, please excuse my pronunciation, Engabao, Ecuador has exactly what you need. There are literally 15 different point breaks within a 20-minute drive of this place. This area is still feeling the negative effects of COVID, and there's empty point breaks all over the place just waiting for you. The season is just getting underway and the south swells are starting to fire. These prices are ridiculous. $25 and that includes breakfast and dinner? I don't know how they're able to do that. Private rooms are also available, and there's all kinds of packages that include surf lessons and yoga lessons. There's everything. This place seems like heaven, and I'm genuinely telling you, I am actively trying to get out there as soon as possible. Guys, if your lady doesn't like to surf, drop her off at yoga and surf your brains out. Okay, enough talk. Links are in the description. Get there now. I know you want to take advantage of this, and you're welcome. Now, before we get to my world-class Punta Roca surf picks, let's do the comment of the week. Man, you ruined my fantasy surf picks. I lost the yellow jersey on my club. I never gonna make my picks based on your opinion again. Cheers from Colombia. And that, my friends, is how you do it. A good solid burn, and he was polite about it. Thank you very much, Andres, you get it. Okay, and I love this one too. This was just a good comment. Ramsey absolutely circumcised that wave. Guy is a Charger, definitely earned major points in my book, even though he blew the heat with Italo. There you go. Solid content. Thank you, Jackson. If you'd like to be featured in a video, please hammer me in the comments or say something creative. I'll take it all. Or if you really want to do something fun, make me a video about anything surf related, anything contest related, anything about my picks. I don't care if it's funny or maybe even if it's not, I will put it in my video. Just like my last one when I put Glenn in there.
Yeah, John! 18, buddy! Yeah, go!
Also, in my last video, we talked about the Tahiti Pro Champion for the Lord Cookington Public, which was Greg Loaf. Also, overall champion, Marcelo of Cord. And we hate both those guys. We're coming for you. We are going to beat you. But also, great work, guys. You're going down. And finally, let's talk about El Salvador picks. While this wave is nothing like Chopu, it will be firing, so I think a lot of the same surfers are going to do well. For the women, let's start with Tier A. Your number one women's surfer in the world is Brissa Hennessy. Congratulations, Brissa. Tier A and number 3 in my power ranking. My power ranking, by the way, is just the Lord Cooking and staff, me alone, deciding who I like in my top 10 for men and women. 9th place in 2022 and a first place points ranking for the year. Consistency has been the key this year, so if you want a pick who will probably deliver a pretty good amount of points, Brissa is the pick for you, although I have her in yellow because I think Katie and Molly are better options. Katie Simmers, my number 1 power ranking, although number 2 now in the WSL's ranking. She was 9th last year, which is not great. You do not want that as your Tier A surfer for sure, but I found a very important statistic for Katie that I think you should know about that is right here. Through 6 events of the year, she has gone 1st, 5th, and then 9th, and then again 1st, 5th, and then 9th, which would lead me to believe there's a pretty dang good chance she is going back to 1st this event, or it could mean nothing at all. Regardless, I'm going to pick her. Molly Picklum has been in a pretty good slump. She hasn't had a big result in quite a few events, and you know she's going to be hungry. I think this is a great wave for her. I just personally feel like Katie's a better option. I have them both in green. They're both great picks for you. I just worry a tiny bit about Molly's confidence. She should bounce back at any time. I'm just going Katie personally. Joanne DeFay is out of that first tier, and I think a much better pick than she was in Tier A. The last 2 years, 9th and 3rd, that's okay. She's a solid pick here, and I think a lot of people are going to be taking her as their Tier B surfer. Caroline Marks, I have her as must-have, and I think I'm going to make her my power surfer. 1st last year and 3rd the year before. I don't need our fancy new dashboard to tell me that is an average of 2nd place, and that is what you want. If surfers are getting 2nd place, it is just about as good as 1st in fantasy because they are surfing the same amount of heats and racking up the same amount of points. All you need to know about Caroline at this wave is she is very good here. Gabby Bryan, also in Tier B. Obviously, she had that big win 2 events ago at Margaret River. Out of the 10 remaining surfers, she is number 10 in points, meaning she hasn't ranked up that many points other than at Margaret River. She's going to be solid on this wave, just not a pick for me. Tatiana Weston Webb coming off her Big 10 in Tahiti. I think she's a really good surfer here on that backhand. Number 8 in the points ranking isn't great. And a 5th place and a 9th place of this wave in the past, also not great. But the one thing you should remember about Tatiana at this event is it's hot there, and she's going to have a beautiful Yeti cooler with cool drinks, and so she'll be staying well hydrated throughout this entire event. Betty Lou Sukara Johnson, she was 5th last year. That's an okay result for the women. She hasn't had the magic that she started out this season with, but I think this could be the event where she breaks out. Is she a Tier B surfer? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Betty Lou because we have Tyler Wright. Number 8 in points ranking, that is not good. Number 9 in my power ranking, that's not great either. Why would I pick her here? Well, it all has to do with her getting second place last year. Second place equals a lot of points, and I am expecting another big result here for her. Tyler's not had the kind of season that she would expect and want to have, but this could be the event where she breaks out. I'm picking her. Moving on to Tier C, Sawyer Lindblad. I've undervalued her before, and I will not do that right now. Real quick, I want to talk about wildcards because in Tier C, it's Sawyer and then a couple local wildcards. I don't know who they are yet, but being that this is not a specialty wave like Chopu or Pipeline, I think there's less of a chance that the wild cards will go a really long way, and so I am for sure picking Sawyer here. Lock it in. Moving over to the men, your number 1 surfer in the world, John Florence. Another great event in Chopu. Unfortunately, he got second place for the 3rd time this year. He's yet to break through. This could be the event he does it. Now, this is not your typical John style wave. It's not big, it's not barreling, but we forget John has amazing carves too. 17th here last year. That's not good. You don't want any part of that. But hopefully with the bigger conditions here, that will favor John and he can make some magic happen. I've been riding with him all year, and I think I'm going to hold off here just because I'm expecting a little downslide after his amazing Chopu performance. One guy I will not be staying off of 100% is Griffin Colapinto. You might remember his second place performance last year or his first place the year before. Over these last 2 years, Griffin has been the best surfer here. And the one guy who's beat him over the last 2 years is not on tour this year. Who's going to stop Griffin this year? Probably no one. Griffin Colapinto is my power surfer. Jack Robinson, I still have his green here, even with his 17th place last year. I just think he's very dangerous on any wave, and the guy is probably not very happy with his result at Chopu. Good carves, great air game. Jack could really make some noise at this event. Ethan Ewing could really do some damage here. Perhaps the best carves on tour. Ethan is going to look to dice this wave up, and you know he's just licking his lips at this forecast. Definitely not happy with Chopu. A 9th and 5th in the last 2 years. Obviously, that's not great. You don't want that. But I could see Ethan going all the way, and I think I'm going to pick him here. His number 4 points ranking doesn't hurt me either. Italo Ferreira. Man, I was planning on picking this guy all along, even before Chopu when I was pondering my El Salvador picks. But the guy ruined it for me. He got bumped up to Tier A, and now I don't think I'm going to take him. With confidence high, we could see the return of Fun Italo, and this could be his year to go all the way. But in Tier A, I have to pick Griffin, and I think I'm going with Ethan. Italo might make me eat my words. Jordy Smith, I have an orange. Sure, he'll benefit from the bigger forecasts, but I think he's a lone Tier A surfer who you probably don't want to pick here. There's just too much other talent, too much other potential. I'm staying off Jordy. Jake Marshall, for the first time in a minute, is down in Tier B, and that could be a great bargain for you. Although 9th last year doesn't do too much for me, Jake is a solid pick, just not my pick. Baron Mamiya has been one of the most frustrating surfers for me this year. I had him at Pipeline. Hey, great job. He won that event. I've had him a couple times since, and he just hasn't produced those kinds of results that we want. I have here that he's inconsistent, and that is true. Although 5th place last year, we would take that again. And so I'm strongly considering Baron for this event. Also considering that he hasn't had a big event in a while, and inconsistent means that when you're having bad events, you should have a good event coming up, right? Like inconsistent results, it should go both ways. I don't know, we'll see. I'm picking Baron. I'm also picking Cole Houseman. The guy's never been at this event. Why would I do that? Well, the biggest reason I think is because he did so well at Bell's, winning that event. And right-hand point break. I don't know. They're not that similar, but Cole was kind of like my wild card pick for this event. And I expect him to treat me well and go all the way. Punta Roca Virgin. I'm hilarious. Kanoa Igarashi. Not that much to be excited about with those 2 5ths, but those are solid results. Kanoa's a really good pick here, and he doesn't have to worry about a massive barreling wave and a sharp reef underneath. I think Kanoa will do well. It really wouldn't surprise me if he got another 5th place here. There's my boy in blue, Gabriel Medina. Obviously, he had a great performance at Chopu. Would have liked to have gone all the way. He almost did. Gabriel's confident and hungry, and 2 years ago he got 3rd here. I say you have to pick Gabriel, and I gotta think he's going to make that top 5, and to do that, he needs some results. Go Gabe. Ramsey Bakayem really broke out at Chopu. Man, some amazing performances there. This wave is completely different. I still think he takes that momentum and great surfing talent. You know, he's from the land of the rights, and I think he has a solid result here. I'm not picking him, but I think he would be my next pick in if I was to change. Rio Waida, he was 9th last year. That's not a great result. And I see him having some potential, but I don't see him doing better than maybe topping out at like 5th place, and not worth it for the risk here. Crosby Colapinto, if he's anything like his brother here, then he's going to do just fine. I just don't see it fitting his style as well, and I think there's better picks out here like Cole if you want to go for a dark horse contender. Well, you could say I undervalued Ryan Callanan at this last event, and maybe I'm doing it here. He looked amazing in those barrels. Not the same sort of thing here. I don't think the Goofy Footer has what it takes to make a deep run here, although I could be wrong again. And if so, Ryan, I apologize. I like you, man. I wish I would have picked you for Chopu. Liam O'Brien, this is nearly a must-have pick. He was 3rd last year. This is where he really got into his groove and became, in my mind, the Liam O'Brien that we all expect and see now. I have very high hopes for this guy. He could take down the whole event, and I would love to see it. He'll be on my team. Yago Dora is coming off his best event of the season. Great job, Yago. Nice to see you getting some wins out there. It's been tough until then. 17th and 9th the last 2 years. I don't see it happening. He could be heating up, but there's just too much risk here if you ask me, and I am staying away. Imai Kalani DeVault in a similar situation to Yago, 21 points ranking. That's no good. I don't know if you can hear that helicopter that is just going around and around in circles around my house. Apparently, there's some criminal on the loose, but if this goes on much longer, I'm going to go catch him myself because I've got to get this video out. Anyways, Imai's here for the first time. He was good on another right earlier this year at Margaret River. Obviously not the same wave. You could see some potential. I'm just staying away. Seth Moniz was 9th here last year. Not a great event at Chopu after saving his season at Margaret River. I just don't see this being a great event for Seth. Leonardo Fioravanti. Man, I've got this guy in yellow, but honestly, I think I've changed my mind. 9th last year, that's no good. Number 18 points ranking, that's also no good. I had high hopes for him at Chopu. Very disappointing there. But I did see a video of Leo absolutely ripping. You can check out Old Surf Dad's channel. It was on there. I know you should get your picks from me and me alone, but he's got good videos as well. Anyways, I've seen Leo ripping, and I think I'm going to pick him. Matthew McGillivray, 17th and 9th. You don't want that. Number 20 in points rankings. You don't want that. Although the one note I have here that makes some sense is he was 3rd at Bells, and I think this is the closest wave to Bells on tour. Obviously, it's not the same. Matthew could go off here, but not for me. What happened to Connor O'Leary? He had such a great year last year, started the year very well at Pipeline, and has just been terrible since then. If you don't believe me, look at the dashboard. The guy's had bad result after bad result. Although at this wave, he was 5th last year, and I think he's got to break out at some point, and this is the time to do it. I think I'm taking Connor here, despite that number 22 league worst points rating. Let's go, Connor. Thank you all for watching. If you want to chat during the event, the comment section is wide open, or you can be a super surf fantasy nerd and join our WhatsApp group. If you want me to put you in there, just email me at mike@lordcookington.com and we'll throw you in the group chat. Like I said before, I'd love to see more participation. Send me your hate videos. Send me your thoughts about the event in video form. Send me videos of you surfing. I don't care how kooky it is. Let's do this. I want to have some fun. And most importantly, if you haven't already, or if you have already, go check out our new game-changing dashboard. Michael Justesen is a freaking genius. This guy is a data specialist, and he's put all this together. Like I said, we're still working out the kinks, but this is an amazing tool, and it's only going to get better. And it's available right now for free $99. So check it out. Get there through the Lord Cookington website, www.lordcookington.com. Also, go book your trip to the free Spirit Hostel in Engabao, Ecuador today. Seriously, you'll be very happy you did. Good luck with your picks, everyone, except for Greg Loaf and Marcelo of Cord. You guys are going down so hard. I hope you've watched this video because you need all the help you can get. The tides are turning. I don't know why I'm talking so much crap, but you guys are going down. Let's go. Thanks for watching. Bye.